Hi, it's Debbie LaChusa, the business stylist, and today's question is about how do I come up with that thing, that overall, idea that me and my business stand for. It's really something that I encourage people to do in developing their brand, is really understanding, number one, who they are and what they do for people. And a lot of times that starts with identifying the individual steps that you do for people and all of the little transformations that you create, all of the little outcomes. And then once you have all of that, and it may be a long list of things, looking at all of that and trying to figure out what is the umbrella, what is the overarching idea that all of that represents. And for some people, they look at that and they think, I'm having a really hard time figuring out what all this adds up to. So for example, in my business as the business stylist, originally I was just a marketing consultant and a marketing coach. And then I started getting into helping people build their businesses and doing a lot of things that weren't marketing in a lot of people's eyes. I kind of tend to still see it all as marketing, but most people don't. And as I started looking at everything that I was doing for my clients, I realized that it all came down to packaging. I was helping them package their services. I was helping them package themselves in terms of their brand. I was helping them package their business and how they were marketing it, their marketing message. Packaging, like putting it all together and presenting it to the world. And so that kind of became, I could talk about branding and marketing and selling and designing programs and services and all these different things, but you tend to lose people when you talk about all those different things. And it's really hard to brand that many different ideas. But when I boiled it down to that one word, packaging, and I really realized I was packaging all these different aspects of someone's business, I was able to come up with a brand that represented the idea of packaging, the business stylist. And I borrowed that from another industry. If you think about, personal stylists, image stylists, they are packaging a person. They're coming up with hair and clothes and everything that really help that person put their best foot forward and represent themselves authentically to the world. And that's what I do for businesses. I package the person and the business and the brand and the marketing and all those things to help put out the business into the world in the most authentic representation of the service professional as possible. So thus the brand, the business stylist. So it takes a while to get there, and it does take some work, and it took me a few months to come up with my packaging, if you will, and my brand name. But really look at all the pieces, and your overall thing is kind of the sum of all those parts. What's the umbrella that goes over the top that really encompasses all of it? And if it can come up with that singular idea and brand that, you're going to be much more effective and focused in your marketing. And you're also very likely going to come up with a brand name that sounds a little bit different than what everybody else is doing. You're not going to be a generic marketing coach or life coach, because that's generic, and that represents, what everyone else does. I want you to represent what you do. So spend the time and energy. It can be challenging, but spend the time and energy to do it. And it's actually what I teach people how to do in a 9-step proprietary process in my How to Brand Yourself in Your Business course. I take people through the steps to actually go from not knowing exactly what they do for people to having it all the way narrowed down into that single focused brand. So if you need some help, you might want to check that out. And if you have a question you'd like me to answer, send it to Debbie@thebizstylist.com, and maybe yours will be the next one I answer. Take care.